Hello, you're watching the Convo. I'm your host, Grant McPherson. My guest today is the unofficial ambassador of Booth Bay Harbor, Chase Brown. He is part of the fourth generation of people who run Brown's Wharf Inn, a restaurant, hotel, and marina that has been family run and operated for over 70 years in Booth Bay Harbor. Chase is spending some time in southern Maine before moving back down east to enrich his social network as well as establish vital business connections. A 2016 graduate of Colby College, he is currently lending his talents to a local marina in South Portland. If he's not running around the Old Port Peninsula on a Thursday night with the Old Port Pub Run, he can be found most Friday nights at $3 Dewey's being served a complimentary round or wandering the cobblestoned path of the Old Port. Chase, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. It's been a dream of mine since I was 24 and 1/4 year old to be on the Convo. This is a testament to sometimes dreams really do come true.
Stop. I was gonna say it's a dark and stormy night here in Portland, and I think that's perfect because we're going to be taking a pretty special journey down east among the rocky coast and the water and the salty air. So let's just dive right in, man.
Let's do it.
Before we get too far, though, we got a pretty special mug here now in front of us.
Oh yeah, I wanted the Christmas mug or winter themed mug immediately. I associate snowmen with Christmas. I'm not sure if that's a correct association.
Yeah, that's Christmas.
But I don't know. It has a nice chip in it, some added character, and I like Christmas, so that's why I chose it.
And you've got something special to put in that very special mug.
Exactly. Yeah, I drove around to 3 different liquor stores before I was able to find this nice Ken Brown ale named after my grandfather. Since we're gonna be talking about Booth Bay and Brown's Wharf a bit tonight, I thought it was fitting. So yeah, it's our mascot on here, the 20-foot tall fiberglass fisherman statue that stands outside my family's place. And my buddy Win Mitchell brews these beers in Booth Bay, Maine.
Beautiful.
Crack this, girl.
And with that...
Ooh!
So we're off, folks. Before we get too far, let's talk about, obviously we could probably talk about the history of the wharf for, days on end, but for those who may not be familiar with Brown's Wharf Inn, like I think we said earlier, over 70 years now in operation. How did the whole thing get started?
Yeah, so basically 3 brothers, Ed, Sereno, and Chester Brown, in 1944 decided to start a restaurant. And originally, it was plywood floors and more of a, old style sort of wharf atmosphere. It's been built up since then to, a 72 unit motel with a pretty good sized restaurant, seats like 200 or so, and a 40 slip marina. So a little bit of the history. They were fish dealers also with the restaurant. They were shipping tuna to Japan, shipping lobster down to Boston. They did pretty good with that, but got out of that business in the 60s to put in the 24 unit motel. And then my grandfather Ken Brown bought them all out and kind of took it from there and expanded and made it the place that it is today. Exactly.
And you've got a couple of stories about your grandfather that you brought with us here today.
Yeah, so there's I guess I'll start with the one story. I guess I'm big into local stories, family stories. Hopefully I can access them all right now. But I guess I'll start with an Ed Brown story. My dad's sister Connie was maybe 13 years old, working the front desk at the motel. And at this point, Ed was pretty old, and so he just hung out in the corner, sat in a chair with his cane. This big burly biker guy with, you know, piercings and tattoos everywhere, and, you know, a big old beard. He came in and he was looking for a room, and Ed Brown, they just called him the man, Ed Brown, and he turns to the guy and says, "A room? A room? You need a goddamn cage!" And my aunt was like, Grandpa, like, stop, like, needless to say, that guy did not, you know, continue his, you know, room seekage with us. He took his business elsewhere.
That's too bad.
Yeah, no, but, it's fun. It's worth it for the story, obviously. It's a good, I don't know. It's funny. If you come to the wharf nowadays, you will not be greeted with that response, regardless of how many piercings or tattoos you have.
Things have changed, some for the better.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, throughout the years, I guess, I don't know, a decent Ken Brown story is. He had a business dealing with a couple of Japanese business partners when they was doing the shipping tuna to Japan. He went down to Portland with my other grandfather, who's just accompanying him on the trip. And so he told Elbridge, my mother's father, I said, "Yeah, you know, you just sit in the car. We'll be out in an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then we'll go all get something to eat." And they walked in. They walked out about 1 minute later, and the Japanese guys came up to Elbridge and said, "He no longer Mr. Brown. He Mr. Speedy Businessman." So I don't know. I thought that was always kind of a funny line. But, yeah, I guess, I don't know. Couple stories. I got different ones about different people. I got one of, you know, stuff about random people like Douglas Carter putting a snapping turtle in the female lavatory at a local restaurant, and I don't know, a bunch of random stuff. You know, it's like some of this history. You know, it's I've been around it for some time with both my grandparents, and you know, families. Been there a zillion years on both sides. My mother's father's family's been there the longest, I guess. So definitely, for a young buck, I've been exposed to some of the older tales of shenaniganry.
It sounds like a real cast of characters.
Yeah, I guess so.
What's it like growing up with like that? Everyone's got a story and a real like sense of history about where you are.
Yeah, definitely really appreciate, you know, growing up in Booth Bay. It's definitely, you know, really home, and it's because of all those people and those different individual characters that you know, makes it that way. I guess it's losing a little bit of that, just as you know, a lot of the real old timers are passing away, and it doesn't seem like, you know, there's as many new real old time characters. You know, they're not, a lot of them are. There isn't like a new generation to replace the old one that's going away. But.
Yeah, this is something that we've touched on a couple times just in our own conversations of like, it's a similar story for a lot of towns in Maine, sort of the, how do you bring about the economic revitalization. It's big in like a lot of towns, like just south of Portland. I know Biddeford is like a big town that's, the big talk is how do we sort of get the Main Street revitalized and the economy going again. But so what do you see for like the future of Booth Bay?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of developers in the region right now. You know, it just seems like a lot of the places that used to be owned by people that live there, from there, and whatnot, are now not being owned by those people, and it's more of the stuff is owned by either, you know, development groups or individual private developers. You know, a couple maybe nonprofits, big ones though. And the people that live there are just workers, and so I think it's definitely going to lose a bit of the, I guess, charm maybe, or the really genuine, mid-coast town that it, is.
Yeah, change is difficult, for sure.
Certainly.
Definitely hard to adjust to, but hopefully there are more positive things too. Like I know you said the population is kind of struggling to sustain itself right now.
Yeah. Hopefully some of the development will end up. It'll splash over into some more year-round jobs, year-round businesses, and whatnot. Kind of expanding the season because the region definitely needs some more kiddos in the school as the as the population, especially the younger classes that are in the elementary school. Some of them are pretty alarmingly small. So the predictions are not great, but hopefully, things swing in a upward direction.
And so when you grew up at the wharf, you said you had pretty much every job there that you could think of. Do you have a favorite or does one stand out for you?
Ooh, a favorite job. That's tough. I know my least favorite job is deadheading petunias. My aunt's big into flowers, so we get flowers all over the place, and they look nice, but holy smokes, the petunias are pretty brutal. They're pretty brutal, to be honest. Yeah. Favorite jobs? I don't know. I really enjoy. We get a lot of foreign workers, and a lot of them are really, really cool. So I like I pick them up from the airport a lot of times, or the bus stop, and then take them to Augusta to get their socials and and stuff like that. Which I like talking with them and getting to know them a little bit. Which I guess is now in your neck of the wood.
Yeah.
With the job.
Yeah, that's what Evan and I do right now. I just had some crazy employment issues today. Do you deal with that at the wharf? Like, do people come and they're like, they have no idea what they signed up for sometimes?
Most of the time we get really, really, really good workers. Once every couple of years we'll get somebody that doesn't want to do any work. Which happened this year. So he basically wanted to go and live with a friend in Massachusetts, so that's where he's now. No, it was a short stint for him at in Booth Bay. So.
In Booth Bay. Not everyone wants to stay.
I guess, I don't know. We do pretty good though, and I think one of the things I'm definitely most proud about the wharf is treating the employees really good, both local people and the foreign help. So.
Nice. What do you guys do to try and make it better for your employees?
Well, just treating everybody with respect, and if there's we take them to specialty food stores and whatnot on the way back from the bus station or the airport or whatever to get some of the stuff that they're used to, and we provide all of them with housing, which is required for some of them, but not all of them. So I don't know, just mostly just being decent folks, I guess.
I believe it. What do you miss the most about living in Booth Bay while you're down here?
I miss just driving around town, to be honest. Like, driving around Portland is not that fun, but driving around Booth Bay, drive past somebody and wave to them, and I don't know, it's, I don't know. I definitely get a good feeling when I kind of drive off of 27 into town, and I don't know.
Like you're home again?
I guess so.
Yeah, Portland's not a big city, but certainly in the summertime, it's not always fun to drive around here.
Yeah.
And then, so Booth Bay's got, especially another claim to fame in that pretty famous, or I guess pretty well-known journalist Charles Kuralt and his sort of On the Road series. Spent a lot of time going throughout the country, but he had his favorite spot.
Exactly, yeah, no. So he did a perfect year, Charles Carrault did, and he chose Boothbay for one of his months. I believe it was July. If not July, it was August. And yeah, he was good. He was good buddies with my grandfather. Again, there's a pretty cool picture of my grandfather and Charles Carrault, and geez, straight blanking on the name right now.
The name of what?
Oh, Walter Cronkite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, on a little Delquay dory my grandfather had, and laid up beside Cronkite's sailboat, which is pretty cool. His sailboat was called On Assignment. So when he was his people would call him. He's like, "Where's Cronkite? Where's Cronkite? He's on assignment." He was busy. He didn't want to frig around with work, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. But yeah, Carrault was definitely a buddy of my grandfather's, and pretty cool guy. I don't know. I never got to meet him. He died kind of young. But yeah, just like to hang out and bullshit with Ken Brown.
Yeah. What do you think it is about the area that draws people to it?
Like the natural beauty, I guess. I don't know, drinking culture, and the nice harbor.
Some strawberry daiks.
Not too many strawberry daiks, but I'll leave that to Matt Rice and Caleb.
Oh jeez. I imagine that running a business in Boothbay Harbor, seasonal for you guys. The summer's got to be a big push for making money. I was curious if you could talk about at all, like, some of the challenges you guys face, like keeping the harbor running or keeping the wharf running.
Yeah, seasonality is definitely difficult. I think the biggest challenge that seasonality presents is that each year you need to get a whole new set of crew trained up. That's why getting a good staff and one that returns every year is super critical. And so we do a pretty good job with that. So yeah, well, our head maintenance guy, Brian Colby, great guy, good coworker. Don't listen to a word he says. If you ever end up there, but he's been with us for 20-something years now, and he's a beast and a half. So
He the man in charge?
My dad's the man in charge, but he's. He always tells me that he's the low man. There's the low man on the totem pole, and he's the rock next to it. But he makes stuff up. Yeah, my dad, my aunt, and my grandmother are the people in charge. But then there's obviously a lot of important people. Besides them, so not
Very
me,
cool.
not me. I just do labor there.
But someday?
Maybe, who knows? Maybe I could be the man in charge. I think I'd rather have some good other people in charge, and I can be there and make sure everything's all good.
Have some fun.
Maybe. But definitely, I think I definitely want to work there in the future. So.
Yeah, that's where things are headed.
Yeah, I think so.
What's something you think it's important for people to know about Boothbay Harbor?
Important to know about Boothbay Harbor. Ooh, jeez, putting me on the spot here.
That's what we're all about here.
Yeah, definitely.
On the spot.
I think probably their 2009 cross country team beat the NYA cross country team in the United States.
Holy shit! Is that true? I don't even remember, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. We won.
That was like freshman year.
That was sophomore year. Come on.
2009?
Yeah, in the fall.
Yeah. We would have. Oh.
Oh.
So a little background on these two is we both ran cross country in high school and ran against each other.
With some other notable Googans, as in Cam Regan and
Rudy Giuliani,
Rudy.
former guest of the Convo.
former guest. No, I don't know, but in reality, it's something that I want people to know about Booth Bay. I don't know. That's. I don't think I've ever really thought about that. I guess. I don't know. If they knew nothing, I would want them to know that we have a real working harbor. I think that's what sets our harbor apart from a lot of the other places in the state. Not to say that there aren't other real working harbors, but well, there's 3 different fish dealers and on the working waterfront right now, and I do a decent business. Catch a lot of bugs.
A lot of bugs.
A lot of bugs.
Do you have a favorite seafood?
Ooh. I definitely do. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I like a good haddock sandwich, fried haddock sandwich. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yep.
I do like. I like a lot of it. So that's a definitely difficult question. How about you?
Seafood. Oh, I don't eat meat anymore. So.
Oh shit.
But I will say, when I did, fried clams.
Okay. Fried clam guy.
A good lobster roll. I will say, like, eating a lobster itself is like with like butter is like fun because you like rip it apart and it's kind of primal and enjoyable. That was my mom's big thing. Every summer she would have us go down to the water and like order a lobster, and that's when I have friends from out of state visit, come to my mom's house and have a lobster. So, but yeah, salmon too. I kind of miss it actually.
So right after this interview, we're gonna go grab some seafood.
Maybe. I don't know. It's not looking too good out there.
Yeah, the weather's pretty shite right now.
It's also hot as hell up here.
And it's hot. So we're sweating profusely, both of us. So if that shows up on the footage, yeah, it's not nerves for him, but but we're both pretty moist.
Inside and out. You've talked a little bit about. Now we're not like announcing any campaign runs or anything here, but kind of being a part of maybe the Economic Development Commission, maybe once you get back.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think I'd do planning board or select board. This might be a little more than what I want to do right now, and also I think I'd have a difficult time with the keeping composure part of it at times. So
You've been doing good right now.
Yeah, no. This is all. We're having a good time here. That planning board and select board stuff. That's serious.
This isn't serious?
No, this is fun.
I know, I'm just kidding.
It's seriously fun. But,
that should be the tagline.
Yeah, but yeah, no. So I think so. I watch all the committee meetings and whatnot on TV on the local channel. It used to be Channel 7. Now they screwed around with it, and it's channel like 1301 or something wild. I don't understand. I don't understand it. But my boy Win Mitchell's the guy who brews the beers. Son runs the TV station, which is super cool.
Small town.
Small town, yeah. So, but yeah, I was watching some of those a couple days ago and getting a little riled up. But yeah, no, I think hopefully I can get on one of the development committees, and hopefully, Toss has some new ideas that haven't been said. There's also like It's funny, there's a seniors club in Boothbay. It's like, holy smokes, like, if you can't find other seniors, like, literally that aren't your neighbors, but there needs to be, like, a juniors club. I think I might try to get with some folks to kind of create something like that, where both the local youth, the summer youth, and the young adults, I guess I should say, and people that might only be there for a week, might be able to all get together and, I don't know, go to a bar and slam some brews, or go for a run and then slam some brews after. There might be a trend here, but yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool, and try to connect with maybe some neighboring communities, young adults too, because I don't know. I think one of the difficulties I think of trying to, I'm gonna move back because a lot of family there, a lot of family history there, but I'm not in the majority. A lot of people aren't moving back or staying, I guess. So.
That's a trend throughout Maine.
Yep.
I know most of my classmates don't live in Maine anymore.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. I'm just kidding.
Are they active? You might not want to slam them if they're one of your like 75 viewers that we're gonna get on this episode.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't want to live in Maine forever.
Really? Where are you gonna move to?
I don't know. Mars. No, but I mean it's a tough place economically. Like what that's I mean these discussions of like how to bring young people and like an economy back to the state. It's like all the rage right now. It's like the conversation.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It'll be interesting. I mean,
but it's not having an effect on you. No, just kidding.
Why do you watch the selectmen meetings?
I don't watch all of them as it pertains to everything, but things that are they're rezoning the east side right now, where my family's business is. So that stuff's important. These knuckleheads did something last night or this past Wednesday that's pretty not smart. We could say that, and so I might think about making a in the flesh appearance and making a statement. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, who knows?
Yeah, dude. It's all about getting involved.
Yeah.
Anyone can get involved.
Certainly. Yeah. My dad was on the planning board for a little bit when he was younger. My mom's father, Elbridge Giles, classic Maine guy, great guy. One of the biggest local celebrities in town. I know like 5 different people that call him the richest man in Boothbay. Obviously he's not the richest man in Boothbay, but in culture and character and stories, he's probably the richest man in Boothbay, right? He's got stories for days. But he's been select board, planning board, this and that. Not recently, but when he was younger, he tells a funny story of. He's running against the guy, and this guy drove people all day to go vote. And Elbridge he was working all day, he didn't figure out that at all. He figures that about 90% of the people that other fella drove to voted for Elbridge. just I don't know, it's just comical, I guess. But yeah, town politics, interesting. It's honestly big doings, because I think one of the great things about Maine is that local government is still a legitimate thing. In the small towns, they have a lot of say. In Boothbay right now, there's Boothbay Harbor, 2 separate towns now. They split a while back, 1800s. So there's 2 separate boards, but on the Boothbay Harbor board, I guess there's maybe 1 person that's actually from Boothbay Harbor. There's the chair's a smart guy. I think he's a good guy, but there's definitely something to be said for. Back in the day, there used to be all local people, right, on the boards. Nowadays, it's a lot of more of the retiree types that want to get